On a text message, but this guy's making it look real nice right now. Real
Make
nice.
it look easy.
You make it look easy too much, then anybody can do it, right? I think that's the idea there. I don't know.
Well, if I made it look too easy, I'd be a slut.
Whoa, big slutty McSlut.
I'm gonna
Well, I
go
hope none of that goes on air.
I'm gonna go grab my Coke, and I'll be back in a moment.
We are currently waiting on Jeremy. Where is my fucking Jeremy? And I said, I love you, Randall. You know I love you, Randall. Randall, I find that I think that I say definitely too much. So I need to get all these out of my system.
You definitely need to shut the fuck up.
Definitely. Hey, Randall, when's the last time you actually heard one of our podcasts?
I don't know. It's been a while. I listened to the Beachbody one.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man?
Okay, I'm back.
The show kind of sucks.
Randall, I want to hear from the horse's mouth why you think this show sucks.
Well, I mean, Tony's not here.
That's a legit reason.
We don't need Tony, bro.
Can you just do a loop of that thing you got from Tony for like the next hour and a half, and we'll just call that the show?
No way, man. We came all this way to do this, man.
I set up a crazy setup just to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Send it to Randall.
Come on, man.
Show him what
Respect
I'm dealing with here.
what we're doing here, man. Okay.
He didn't have my phone number.
Randall, I don't know how to motivate you more to want to participate in the show. What do you need from me?
I need you to get a plane ticket.
Okay. Noted.
You need to go out to Germany.
Got it.
Get Tony.
And get Tony.
He's not in Germany, though.
Or wherever the fuck he's at, I don't care.
Well, if I go to Germany, then I won't be here.
You can do an on-location podcast.
Take your stuff with you.
You want me to haul, like, the microphone and everything?
I mean, ship it or something, dude.
Dude,
Speaking of
haul everything over there.
what's the ETA on that laptop?
Oh, I actually went to go send it off today, but I got distracted. So
1 sec.
You're sending Jeremy a laptop?
it's in my backpack. Yeah, I have this old Sony Vaio that I want to send him, but anyways.
If we're sending junk, I'll go send my old Lenovo over as well. If you want that crap.
Yeah, get that Lenovo out to him. I'll send him my Sony Vaio, and then
I'll be unstoppable.
He'll be unstoppable at that point.
You'll have to provide your own hard drive though, because
no, that's perfectly fine. I've got a guy.
Yeah,
you've got a guy.
On mine, you're gonna have to clean the keyboard and the screen.
Okay, done and done.
It's very sticky.
No worries.
Awesome. Hey, if you're good with that, man, just wash your hands after cleaning it. Let's get this started. Like, if someone came up to you and was like, "What's up, Thundercat?" Thinking like y'all two were really cool. How would you react to that?
Not much, Youngblood.
Not much.
What's good with you? And he's not kidding. That's exactly what.
And now, another empty rant with
Tony. Randall?
Uncle Jesse.
Here.
Chelsea.
And
Miguel. Turn the camera on. What you look like, though?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah, what you look like, though?
I don't.
That's a Periscope thing.
And it's another empty rant. But we don't have Chelsea or
Tony or Uncle Jesse
or Tony or Jesse. They've done whatever. We got Rude Randall on the show. That's cool.
Kids seem to
Everybody
like that.
Everybody likes Randall. Everybody likes Randall.
What's good, young blood?
How you doing, man? You doing all right?
Oh man, this is great. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Get turn it on, pal.
The people love Randall.
They've
Randall,
spoken.
last week we were talking about rash season. How's that going this week?
It's gotten worse.
Oh,
Randall's rash report.
the rash report. How far?
Please, if you can, send all the lotion you have available to me.
What kind of lotion? I have a variety of lotions here.
Ooh.
Whatever you got.
What are they going to think when you tell them that a bunch of Howleys sent you lotion?
As long as it's ocean potion, they're fine with the lotion.
So
okay.
no
That's-
weird events get set in motion?
Perhaps.
Excellent.
Only.
know what
Whatever.
we're talking about. Huh. Also on the show, we got, I'm going to start calling you Data J. That's my name for you. You know why?
Why?
Because you know, like, everything, man.
Oh, I thought you were saying day to J.
No, it's like Data J.
There you go. That sounds
Y2J.
better.
Y2J.
I don't
Dude,
like
I like that
don't
better.
mind that one.
Y2J.
I don't want Chris Jericho to sue us, so let's just go with Data J.
Data J. It's like Database Jeremy, but we just, you know, we'll shorten it down and we got Data J. Data J works out.
Data
Just
J.
like our database.
Hello,
Tetrabyte.
everyone.
Huge tetrabyte of data just up there in that large.
It's not as big as your head, Miguel. Be quiet.
Well, I wanted to say Mind of Montez, but Mind of Mencia has already
Ooh,
been taken.
No, I don't. Mm-mm. I don't even want any sort of like parody relation to that
I know.
fucker.
That's weird. Why? Carlos Mencia.
He's a
My
hack.
head's going mental.
He's a fucking hack.
No, Carlos Mencia is the greatest comedian of our time, man.
Yeah, if you're an idiot.
Hands down.
Yeah, if you're an idiot, Miguel.
Hands down. What do you kids think? Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know why we have kids in the studio right now while we're recording, but that's kind of awkward. But either
Yeah,
way.
why do you keep all those children in your apartment? That's pretty weird.
He's
Jay.
turning to be a dad.
You know what I like about this episode right now? It's turned into a three-person episode right now. The
Turned
three of
into a three-way.
we've never been on a empty rant, like just the three of us. So
Just the three of us.
You
We
know how-
can podcast if we try. Just the three of us. Just you, Miguel, and Randall.
all right. Before we jump into our topics, let's get some shout-outs out.
I have a shout out also.
You couldn't wait for the music to end before you
No.
took over my shout-out music. Oh, great. Up next, shout-outs.
Bye, Dan.
Guys, you can't talk when the break music. We're doing
Miguel Diaz made this.
live to tape. So when we do this, you have to be consistent here. All right. And up next, we got shout-outs. All right, I want to give a shout out to Sabrina the nurse. You know, she listens to our podcast, and she said, "Give me a shout out on your podcast." And so here's your shout out, Diamond Dave from the Podcast Without Borders, and I dig this guy's podcast. Also, I'm still trying to come up with a song about omelets. Jeremy, you might be better at this game. What you do the game, or I guess the directions for the game, the instructions for the game. You take a song and you substitute different words for food. And in this one, they're trying to get omelets, but they had this one guy that said, "I wish you would break that egg, my friend," because it's about like making an omelet, you know.
Put it in a bowl and mix it around.
That was a real good one, but
And if you want to make me some breakfast, I would.
okay, that one's already
Yeah.
taken. Don't use that one.
I don't
Oh,
care.
We should do something to like No Diggity. It's like
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I like the way you bake it. Do you bake omelet? Is there some type of like egg
I like
dish?
the way you fry it. I like the way you cook it. No diggity.
Yeah, but diggity should be something.
No eggity.
No eggity. Oh, we're onto something here. I like the way you
I
make.
got to whip it up.
Got to whip it up.
Whip
I like
it good.
I like the way you egg it. No, I like the way you whip it. Okay, whatever. Uh, Also, shout out to Rodrigo and Denise from the Listening Party podcast. Currently, their next theme for next week is country theme. So songs with the word country in it or about country, send them their way, man.
Cool. Maybe we should start doing that as a team, like a duo.
Yeah, we should submit
The
something.
next
I was
Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Do you have a song on mine? I mean, Data J, you got something already stored up there about country theme? Do
About
some-
what? What's the
America.
theme?
It's country. So
Country.
it could be a country song, or it could have country in the title, or it could,
It could be about a country.
or
Okay.
be about a country. So I mean,
Give me a little time.
a little
We're
shout
on
out.
air. We got to take care of business.
Okay. Shout out to the Hot Butter podcast. Hot butter. I just met her. And those are our shout outs.
Wait,
Um,
no. I had shout-outs.
Oh, Jeremy, what's your shout out, bro?
I have a couple, actually. First off, shout out to the Tall Tales podcast. A couple of weeks ago, actually about a month ago, I think, I did a Photoshop based on a joke they had and sent it on Twitter to Nikki Jaggerman and them Jeans, the hosts of the Tall Tales podcast, excuse me, and they gave me a shout out on air about it. They were just like, we had a Twitter. They didn't name me, but they just said, a Twitter follower did this really awesome shout out for that Waka Flocka Flame thing that we were talking about me being his running mate for president, and I would be vice president. So it was really cool, and like they both agreed, and it's pretty awesome. So shout outs to them for giving me a brief mention. Also, Brad and Laramie on the B&L podcast. Both those guys are kind of the reason I want to be a film critic. Also, Vince Mancini and the fellas at the Film Drunk Broadcast. Matt Lieb, the irregular regular. The motorcycle riding Jew Ben. The human giant Brendan. And Brett.
Someone's got some shout outs this week. I like that. Everybody likes that.
Also, Mike Lawrence, Jake Young, super producer Marcus Parks, with Nerd of Mouth. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. So I had a couple topics lined up, but I didn't really know where to jump in. I mean, I have a bunch of these lined up. One thing you wanted to talk about, Jeremy, was the Mad Max movie, Fury Road. Furiosa.
Yes.
Furiosa. Her name's Furiosa, by the way.
Yeah, Imperator Furiosa.
Did you know that? That was her name.
Saw the movie, Miguel.
Randall, have you caught the movie?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, do you plan on watching it?
I said I watched the movie.
Oh, you
Cool.
did?
Yeah.
This is excellent.
What was
God.
your favorite part?
All.
Yes. Agreed.
I agree. It was a good movie altogether, but at the same time, you didn't have one. Oh, you didn't have one part that stuck out more than others. Maybe I don't know.
Anytime the Doof Warrior appeared.
The Doof Warrior appeared. I don't know which one was the Doof Warrior.
The guitar guy.
Yeah,
Oh, so
that
At
was
the
a
baby
highlight.
my
Oh,
baby shower
God.
this weekend, Jeremy came over and I had another buddy of mine named Eliud. And Jeremy and Eliud were just going back and forth. Eliud favored the first Mad Max movie, and he was saying that was just highly more superb than this movie. They're just going back and forth. Eliud didn't like that the guitar guy. I mean, where was he getting his supply of electricity from? That's the thing that was bothering Eliud.
He's on a fucking vehicle. Where do you think it's coming from?
Generators, man.
I know, but
Guy
is
was
that
an
a
idiot.
just for that song? You know what I mean? I mean, I could see where Elliot was coming from, but also I thought the movie was really freaking awesome. But that's
Yeah, you also had that Reddit thing that you brought up in the chat in preparation for this about the stuff they were huffing, the silver spray paint stuff.
I had talked. Yeah, well, okay. So that was one of the things I wanted to talk about the movie. They do the chrome spray paint on their mouth.
It's like whippets,
Yeah. What?
basically. It's like whippets.
But it's almost. Is it ceremonial?
Well,
Or-
what I felt was it was kind of their last adrenaline shot before they sacrificed themselves, a la a kamikaze pilot, or speaking of Allah, the a terrorist when he goes in for like a suicide bombing, maybe a prayer.
Whoa. We love America here.
Of course
Yeah.
we do, Randall. That's why you're in Hawaii.
If I was about to sacrifice myself, I would already be on an adrenaline rush.
It's like Nas for their soul, because
I
they're
guess-
retreating
I-
into Valhalla.
For me, part of it was, yeah, I could see where it is, maybe an adrenaline rush, like inhaling. And what if it was actually spray paint? I mean, actual spray paints. Actual spray.
Where would they get it though? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Where would they get
Yeah.
a large supply of that from
Yeah,
in the future?
the movie sucks. It sucks. Why are we bothering talking about
Fuck you, Randall.
it?
You know what's interesting is inhalants. Did you guys used to sniff paint back in the day? Was that a thing?
Accidentally, when I would work on like model kits and stuff, or paint thinner, let's see, varnish, when I was doing a little woodworking.
Okay, so you're there, pledging your furniture, getting high.
No, not the same.
Would you experience muscle weakness or headaches, poor coordination,
Little
long
dizziness.
conversations?
Did you feel like you were going to go to Valhalla?
Because all of these are
It all depends.
all of these are short-term effects when you inhale spray paint.
Did anyone see Dread?
Energy, risk-taking behavior.
Did anyone see Dread?
The second one or the first one?
The one that just came out
No, I haven't seen that.
with Carl Urban, which was fucking amazing. Miguel?
No, I don't.
Well,
I
there was
I don't know which one I saw. I guess the
not
latest.
the Sylvester Stallone one is the one I'm referring to.
I remember that one, but I did see a different one.
Taco Bell.
Okay, so you saw the one that I'm talking about, the one that does not star Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I
Okay.
suppose.
Remember those inhalants that they had, the slow-mo?
Yeah.
Basically, think of that in terms of Mad Max, but it is pure adrenaline mixed probably with ecstasy and something else. I'm not sure. Probably the silver for coloring effect.
Right, and I'm not disagreeing, but it could also just be silver spray paint,
But
and that would have the same
are
effect.
they getting that supply of it? They had a lot of it.
I don't
They
know.
had massive amounts of it.
We didn't
All
go on
those war boys.
Citadel.
All of those war boys had at least one pack with them at all times when they went into battle.
Yeah. Think about how often you use up like shoe
Think
shine.
about how ravaged that world was, and also the things they had to gather and salvage in order to make their vehicles.
But they would only use it whenever they were going to sacrifice themselves. So this is just something they carried on their person whenever they're about to
But I
sacrifice.
don't think there were like massive quantities of it. No one was producing it. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I don't know. Maybe they produced it in Gastown, and we just didn't get to see the manufacturing plant.
I don't know,
That's a
man.
possibility.
They had a crappy doctor. They might have had a crappy chemist as well making all that stuff.
This is true.
It's
But-
whatevs.
I did just want to point out that inhalants, such as spray paint, do have side effects. Like I mentioned, risk-taking behavior, belligerence. It's just like poor judgment, inability to function. Oh, wait, that's not one. This one says muscle weakness. We got
The
confusion.
side effects of being Miguel also, I think.
You put all of that into effect, and this it explains their behavior, But we can get away from inhalants.
Summer's here, speaking of inhalants.
Hey, Summer, how's it going, Summer? Glad to see you. You doing all right?
Doing good. How are
Yeah?
you?
How you been? We haven't had you on the show in a while.
Yeah, 'cause I can't make it most of the time.
Are you too busy working out?
I haven't been working out
Uh-oh.
Is that- Oh.
ever since I came back to Dallas.
Tisk,
So-
tisk. How is it over there?
And I've been getting
The weather.
the weather is awful. It
Yeah.
rains every day, and everywhere is flooded.
Oh my God,
And
Summer.
I thought you wanted to go there. You hated Houston because it rained every day and it's
Oh my
flooded.
God. Oh my God, Summer. Oh my God.
It hasn't been raining. I mean, like our area is fine, but certain areas in Dallas and Fort
Oh,
Worth,
the
Surrounding.
bad parts of Dallas,
the bad part, not my area.
not the good parts.
Hey, Summer, have you checked out Mad Max?
uh-uh.
It's
What?
Go see it in 3D
Pretty
especially.
this is that part where that guy's playing the guitar. Hey, you probably know this, Jeremy. Now, was that a real guitar, or is that just a prop?
I think he disappeared.
Oh yeah, it does look like he took off.
I thought it was a real thing because the actor who used it is a real life guitarist, musician, or what have you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Randall, what what are some things you think would lead up to a post-apocalyptic setting such as that one that you saw in? Now, just to catch you up, Summer, we're talking about Mad Max. It takes place post-apocalypse, and it's a really good movie. You should go check it out. But now I just want you to be in on the conversation because I know
Okay.
some people get lost. But
No problem.
in terms of both of y'all comment on this. What do you think could be some realistic apocalypse possibilities? Maybe.
Apocalypse possibilities?
Yeah. What do you think will end the world as we know it, civilization as we know it, and lead to just a fight of resources, bare essentials, just fighting to survive? I'm gonna look up some of these. Let's see.
Could it be disease? Some sort of disease.
What was that? All right. No. So I looked up 10 realistic apocalypse possibilities. Clathrate explosion. It's one of the scariest threats to life on Earth. Lies deep below the sea, just waiting for a little warmth to free it and kill us all.
Or a
Methane.
meteor.
We'll get to that one. That one's also this one. But I didn't know about this, that there's methane clathrate in the form of water ice that exists in vast amounts on the ocean floor. So it contains a large amount of greenhouse gas, and this can be released as global temperatures increase, and that causes these clathrates.
So it's kind of like what the guys in like Men in Black would say. Oh, well, there was a pocket underneath, and it there was enough warmth.
Swamp gas.
Swamp gas. There you go.
Swamp gas, I tell you.
Reflecting off of the aurora borealis, etc., what have you.
Bounce off of a weather balloon that caused this reaction that you're seeing here.
Solar
Number two.
storm. Solar storm. So the sun is a harsh
Storm?
Sure.
Apparently, we had
light-
a storm like a couple months ago where I heard it from.
What, a solar storm?
Yeah, no, what was it? Like a flare. Sorry, flare.
No.
Flock of flare.
Experience solar flares sometimes, and like when your cell phone is getting bad reception. Sometimes, like if a large amount of people are complaining about that, usually what's happening at that time, there's a
Flare?
solar flare occurring.
Hmm.
But that's the same thing for a solar storm. It's capable of wiping us all out at a moment's notice. Every so often, the surface of the sun experiences what's called a solar storm, sending a burst of highly charged particles out into the ether. Mild ones we see as lovely light shows in the upper atmosphere. Strong ones? So there was one that occurred in 1859, and it was so powerful that it set fire to telephone lines.
What about where does acid rain fall in this sort of post-apocalyptic apocalyptic
Acid
scenario?
rain would be an apocalyptic situation. It's just one
Well,
of
I
those.
mean, it would be a side effect of probably the deterioration of the environment, ozone layer depletion, that sort of thing. Maybe not an apocalyptic scenario, I apologize. Nuclear winter, where does that fall?
With a nuclear attack.
with the nuclear attack. That's listed on here, but I think that
Oh.
number
Oh.
3 is a super volcano eruption.
A la Dante's Peak or Volcano.
And there's one that's listed. Let's see. In 2010, we were reminded of the incredible destructive force lurking deep within our planet when and this is I don't even know how to say this. I'll spell it out. It's EYJAFJALLAJOKULL. It's a
So
volcano.
listeners
Hey,
out there,
hole.
Sending a massive
Enjoy it,
torrent
Rimmer.
of over 250 million square meters of material up into the air. It shut down air travel all over Europe for days.
For days?
Apocalypse.
For Mike days?
Like days.
for
And this
baby
is-
days.
Number 4 is the one that Randall was talking about earlier. An asteroid with the impact to cause extinction. Some apocalypse theorists believe that the end of life on Earth won't come from anything we do. Instead, it'll happen because of the random dance of celestial objects. In 1994, the comet Shoemaker-Levy collided with Jupiter, causing massive fireballs as large as 3,700 miles in diameter. Many theorize that the extinction of the dinosaurs was caused by a rock just 6 miles wide striking the Earth. That's all we're waiting for. We're waiting for our dinosaur rock. Where's our dinosaur extinction rock?
I'm waiting for my dino moment.
Like the end of dinosaurs.
Make
The
you think, man.
TV
90s
show.
series.
Number 5, Summer can relate to this, a pandemic. As we witness, Ebola almost wiped us all out. But thanks to Obama, we were able to put a stop to that.
Obama.
Yay.
Thank you, Obama.
Ebola. Obama. Obama.
I don't know. Would we say thank you? Randall, would you thank Obama
Thanks,
for
Obama.
stopping Ebola?
Talk.
What?
Would
He
you-
stopped it.
Yeah, Obama single-handedly
Yeah.
stopped
So he
Thanks a
killed.
lot, Obama.
the Ebola. The Ebola. Okay,
Obama.
that was boring.
Ebola.
So number 6 is related to the bees. Everyone's heard about bees, right? Colony collapse disorder happening. We wipe out the bees, we're wiping out parts of our ecosystem. And the ecosystem of Earth is a complex setup of many interlocking pieces. And if just one drops out, the results could be catastrophic. Bees, man. We gotta save the freaking bees, man.
Shout out to the beekeepers doing their thing.
They're responsible
Helping
for
out.
helping a third of American food crops. Randall, that's a third of American food crops. Do you like blackberries? Do you like almonds? Soybeans? Because
No.
without bees, all of that would be significantly more expensive and difficult to attain.
Well, better start eating Soylent then.
We
I
must
like
live-
soybeans.
She likes soybeans.
Summer,
Soybeans are pretty good.
Summer, do you still attend church?
No.
No.
Uh-oh.
Lack of faith.
Uh,
No, lack of time.
Hmm.
oh, lack of time.
Lack of time?
Do you think
Like,
because
time to sleep.
lack of time and lack of effort to going to church that you might be struck by the rapture of God?
The rapture of God?
Wrath.
You're
not
the
rapture.
Rapture?
No, I don't have time. Well, actually, I just want to use my time to sleep. That's
She has no time for the rapture, so when God comes down, she's going to be like, I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Peace. I'm just gonna stay here.
Can you schedule this for tomorrow around 4 p.m.?
Surprisingly, this is one of the most
I should
popular
be able
theories.
to float about 6 o'clock. If you can do that for me. If not, I'll just go ahead and stay here for the rest of my days. No pun intended.
It's just basically what's that movie that they did?
Left behind.
Left Behind, and they redid it
Kirk
with
Cameron and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Both.
No, but I'm
Millions
just
of
saying
individuals-
which one is better.
just millions of people vanishing.
Nicolas
in the middle
Cage.
of performing.
Question.
Can you imagine that though? Like right now, if the rapture hit right now, all of us would disappear, and there would be a podcast left on recording. There would be a YouTube channel right now just left recording on for days.
I'm pretty sure no one in this podcast is going to disappear for the rapture. I'm just
Nope.
going to put that
We'll
there
be able
right
to
now.
podcast still, Miguel.
I'm not trying to endorse major world religion. I'm just saying a lot of people believe that the rapture will be the end of days. Okay.
No, I'm just clarifying that we're all sinners, so we just better come to live with that.
Wait, don't throw stones. If you
I'm just asking questions.
Don't quote the Bible if you can't remember the verse, Miguel.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Leviticus 18:35.
Okay, so the rapture sucks. No one likes the rapture.
Dog went to the light. The light turned green. Go, dog, go.
Nuclear war. What zombies are to the 2010s, nuclear war was to the 1980s. The Cold War against the forces of communism resulted in both sides building up arsenals of doomsday bombs that could destroy the Earth a dozen times over. With
In the
rogue
words
players
of the
like Iran and
comedian
North Korea,
from Watchmen,
we're here. This is us. I mean, we could. That could happen right now. Right now, as we're speaking.
Who watches The Watchmen?
in the words of the comedian from Watchmen, we've been trying to kill ourselves since the start. Now we just got a really good weapon to do it. In reference to Dr. Manhattan. I kind of probably chopped up that quote a little bit, but you get the idea.
Interesting quote. But take that apart. Do you think we are killing ourselves the day we're born?
We begin the decaying process after we leave the womb.
Apoptosis?
It's a slow burn unless you are stricken with some horrible disease or malady, and some kids don't make it out alive. I had two cousins that would have been my age. One of them lived to be like 2 days, and the other one lived to be a month because of horrible, just a horrible mishap with their heart, like just this freak thing. And they did everything they could, but
That's awful, man.
they're both dead.
That's awful. Thanks for bringing that up, Miguel. Dick.
I was talking about nuclear war, and this guy goes off on this. So
You're a dick.
I don't. I feel awkward.
You should.
Okay, well, moving on. Number 9, a renegade black hole. So,
What?
a renegade black hole. So there was a lot of panic that booting up the large hadron. I always butcher this word.
Collider.
Hadron Collider.
Hadron.
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 Enron.
Hadron Collider.
Hater. The Hater Collider. The Bill Hader Collider.
Firing that guy up would make a black hole to form, sucking all matter and energy in our solar system into it. That didn't happen, obviously, but celestial vacuums are something to worry about. The closest known black hole is only 159 quadrillion miles away. At any point, that could just suck everything in. Boom. Apocalypse.
Hey, Miguel. Did you see the group text?
Yeah, Chelsea's trying to get in on this. Well, I emailed her. Chelsea, if you're listening, please check your email. Thank you. Now,
Send that to her in a text.
number 10,
Send it to her in a text.
simulation reboot.
Miguel, send it to her in a text now.
Yeah, I don't know how. That requires me to cut and paste and way too many steps.
No. Just rewrite it and do it.
So, in the simulation reboot,
Wait.
this would take a little out-of-the-box thinking. This is what would consist of, or I guess what we call the matrix theory. The nature of reality isn't one nearly as simple as we might think. One theory that seems to be picking up steam is that everything we experience may just be a simulation. Just like the Matrix. I don't know. Maybe the Matrix. Sometimes I think I wake up this morning and sometimes I think I wake up in the morning and had been implanted with all the previous memories that I thought were reality at that time. And that nothing existed before that. It's just me simply living in that time, at that moment. Does that make sense?
I guess.
What?
Okay. Randall, say you woke up this morning, right? And the only reason you think you've survived or lived X amount of years is because your memory has been implanted with these memories.
So what about your memories from yesterday?
All of that. You only think you're remembering that, but all you're doing is just recalling data that has been inputted. So this moment right now, I mean, how do we know that 2 seconds ago existed or even a second ago? We don't. There's no way of going back. And our memory sucks. Very unreliable. When you try to remember events, you can't go back. You can't remember detail from detail. All we know and is guaranteed to us is at this moment right now. So
That's deep, bro.
3 scientists at the University of Washington, hang on, let me finish this. 3 scientists at the University of Washington published a paper that used the theory as a way to explain several inconsistencies in our universe. And of course, the possibility exists that whoever is responsible for the simulation could, at any point, turn it off. Boom. Night
What?
Shadow. What's up, Summer? What were you going to say?
I forgot. You interrupted me.
Oh. What a good host.
One thought that you can't just...
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about, though. You can't
one inspired thought.
that memory back because the data is corrupted. You see? Your ready access memory. Ready access memory.
Right. Maybe that
Random.
kind of memory was implanted and I can remember it now.
Unplugged before safely ejecting. So this is what we're left with. We're left with, I don't know. I forgot. No.
Who am I? What is this show? Why is it so bad?
Why am I on here?
Randall, I thought you were not going to come.
Oh, but then you were going to show up, so I figured why not?
But you were actually his second choice for his favorite guest, first being Tony, so go ahead and get offended.
There you go. Get offended.
All right.
Yeah, get offended all you want. I don't care.
There you go. Empty rent, everybody.
Are we all?
Oh,
All right. So, break. In this next segment, we call Where the Hell is Tony? Did anybody watch Carmen San Diego when they were little?
Carmen San Diego.
Carmen San Diego. No?
Yes.
It's Carmen San Diego, man. It's a good cartoon. Did you ever
ever
play
watch the game show?
No. I did
It was
play
good.
on the computer.
The game show is pretty good on PBS.
Is it something that's currently running right now, or was this like back
No, it was
Right.
back in the day. I asked you if you watched it, not if you're currently watching it. You should listen.
No, I'm not. I do have a special message from Tony himself, and he's going to give us some details on where he's at.
Play it.
Rant, this is Tony. Quick update. So we are in the tail end of our trip. We've been to Italy. We've been to Bulgaria, Greece, and right now I am in Munich, Germany, waiting on our flight to go to Tel Aviv, Israel, where I could just relax on the beach because I'm dead tired, but I'm having a great time and hope you all are having fun doing our podcast. Probably not as much fun. Anyway, take it easy. This is Tony in Munich. Peace out.
Fuck you.
Way to be a jerk, Tony. Probably not as much fun as I'm having in Tel Aviv, Israel.
I'm having way more fun than you guys. Yeah, well, define
Rub it in.
subjective. Okay.
Yeah, well, free Palestine, so take that, Tony.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Did we finish talking about Mad Max?
No.
You left for a little bit, and then you
Yeah,
came.
you know why.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up Mad Max again because we left talking about, before we got into the post-apocalypse talk, we're talking about the guitar. You
Also,
mentioned
that top 10 list that you didn't finish, you got halfway through and then petered out. But go ahead.
which one? We were talking about the guitar. How heavy was that guitar?
136 pounds, actually.
Well,
Dang.
thanks, Data J.
Heavy metal, literally. And he could control the flames with the
Okay.
whammy.
Yeah,
Practical.
that's the next question. If it actually put out flames, or was that CGI'd?
I just said he could control it with the whammy bar. Miguel, you need to be quiet and let people finish talking.
Is the whammy bar? Is that the thing that goes wow 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 wow?
Yeah, it's by the pickups or underneath. Underneath the pickups,
Okay.
like
Cool.
by all the tuning knobs. It's usually where it's located.
I wonder if you had to provide like a pilot flame so that it could ignite. Imagine the whammy
Of
bar
course,
is just
I'm sure it would be.
the liquid,
Well,
right?
Basically, the way I think the schematic worked was the whammy bar was the control. Is like think of a butane torch. You ever
Got it.
played with a butane torch?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you turn that little knob and you hear that thing before you ignite it, that is basically the gas being emitted. The whammy bar would be kind of like the levels controlling that. I'm sure the rigs he was laying down were the igniters.
I just wonder if it was a two-part system, maybe like behind.
That's what I just said. The riffs were the igniter. The whammy bar was the control, a la a butane torch.
How would the riffs be the igniter? That's causing the spark.
Yes. At the head of the guitar, each of those licks would produce a small spark through whatever sort of mechanical ingenuity, and then the whammy bar would be able to adjust the flame.
I want to know the engineering or the engineer behind that guitar. Like, has he made other props for other movies?
More than likely.
You know the movie Noah? Do y'all remember that movie? And
Noah.
pretty recent. Yeah, it's not.
No,
recent.
get it? No.
I don't know if it had Russell Crowe in it.
What did you think of my joke, Tone? Sorry.
Tony.
I don't know. Tony's.
Did you get it? No.
I mean, don't we all?
But anyways, the company that did the ring from Noah,
Miguel,
I ran into them and they were doing
I'm falling asleep, guys.
what?
Good night.
So,
Sorry we're not entertaining Summer. I apologize. I also apologize on Miguel's behalf for him interrupting you. He's kind of a jerk.
I just ejected. Cool. Should be all right. Anyway. What I was saying is, Noah the people that did the rain for Noah, they actually came by the water plant today and sold or advertising some pumps for industrial use. But their company is called Rain for Rent. And I was asking them about that because they're a very diverse company, and so they do movies. The rain for movie sets. That's Rain for Rent. I was like, oh, cool. Like, we did do it.
Pretty cool.
Movie.
Alright.
That's
Movie.
neat.
What else about Mad Max? You have a blog piece coming out soon.
Yes.
Wanna Give us some insight on that.
Well, I will kind of give you a preview of that. I do talk about how amazing, basically visually, the movie is. That is in mainly in part due to the cinematographer, who actually came out of retirement just to shoot with George Miller. I thought that was very cool. He also updated his ways of filming with the digital cameras. He was used to being a cinematographer on film, but in this new world, this brave new world, where the Mad are the most in control, you have to adapt, and he did.
What was the quote at the very end of the movie? Do you remember it?
No, I do not.
It was something like, "Those who seek a wasteland will find one," or something like that.
John Seal was the name of the cinematographer. Shout out to him. Very fantastic. Also, there was a mandate basically by George Miller to make the movie very different from other post-apocalyptic films in the way that it was shot with the cinematography, but also in that it was to look bright and beautiful. His reasoning behind all of that was because he felt that people within the wasteland would be desperate and strive to make things beautiful.
I like that.
Very cool.
It was really pretty, that's for sure.
It was. It was
There's
amazing.
When they're, I guess you would call them desert tornadoes. I'm not sure. It's like a desert storm occurring, and they got those
Haboob.
happening. And the scene,
It's called a haboob.
it would go black and white, like black and white color, black and white. And those scenes right there, was arranged nicely. That, I don't know, it had this weird impact on the chase scene, but also like the adrenaline rush that's occurring in the driver, also probably the blood bag, Mad Max.
That was also a great choice, I thought, that our hero did not talk for the first 30 minutes. And so it was kind of it was a bold move on his part, on Miller's part, but I thought it was great. It was a great choice because you, much like Max, have to kind of figure out all of these other people and then make a decision.
Yeah, you don't need to have a whole buttload of exposition just to explain the movie. Just take it as it is and go with it.
Right.
It was balls to the walls and everything. It was awesome.
How long? I remember you talking about this. This movie took what, 3 years to edit?
I believe so. It actually took 30 years to come out from production or pre-production, the script. Mel Gibson was originally supposed to be in it in 2003, but there was a delay because where they were shooting was Namibia, and at that time there were security concerns, so they weren't able to get access to filming locations within Namibia, and Mel Gibson actually went on to lose interest in the project a little bit and film Passion of the Christ instead.
Good move.
I guess if you like snuff films.
Ooh. Oh, so
Sorry, kids.
I hate to bring race into this, but you know, we're all the colored people.
Not Randall. He's one of the chosen.
Glaring whiteness of post-apocalypse. There, shining in our face.
Half chosen.
Ooh.
So, I found this article.
That means that's even worse.
It talks about this being a feminist film, largely in reaction, because Charlize Theron has maybe a more significant role in the movie than Mad Max. Blah 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 blah. So there's actual men's rights activist groups out there that are calling for a boycott of Mad Max.
Did you blah 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 over it because of feminism or just like the
Word.
summary of the article?
It's the
Just
summary of
gotta
the article.
have to make yourself clear.
Fine. Charlize Theron sure talked a lot. This is our claims. Charlize Theron sure talk a lot. Nobody barks orders to Mad Max. It's kind of like their.
Jesus, I do touch on this in the post as well.
Good.
Very
good.
quickly.
I liked that there were strong women leading roles in this movie.
That was a good choice. Chelsea and I actually did talk about this a little bit at length. She helped me with the article because I wanted a female perspective on what she thought of this whole thing of it being a very pro-feminist movie, and we had a really good discussion about it while I was kind of working on that paragraph. Basically, the way I kind of saw it was that Max and Furiosa were one and the same. Basically, they had to literally rebuild. Well, they had to rebuild themselves. Max emotionally from all the pain and torment of the people he lost in his life, his wife, his child, the people he couldn't save as a road warrior, and basically having what I called in the article post-apocalyptic PTSD. PTSD, for sure. And when he had all those flashes of the dead people during that chase at the beginning, towards the end of the movie, just those little flashes, that little girl, which I'm assuming was his child, because it was so prominent. And Furiosa as well, she literally had to rebuild herself because she lost her arm as her arm became a casualty of the wasteland in the name of survival. Thoughts on that?
Well, I was left with that question. Who was that little girl? I mean, we assume that it's his daughter, but I mean, I don't know if I tuned out during the movie during that part. Or
No.
what.
Well, another thing I touch in the article is the introduction, his voiceover narration, when he talks about formerly being a road warrior, his past self. There was one way George Miller could have gone about that, which I'm glad he didn't, would have been a flashback also, to maybe recreate the Mad Max scenes from the original with Tom Hardy instead of Mel Gibson, along with that voiceover. But it would have been like a cinematic double negative, because you have one thing explaining it audio-wise, and then you have the visual as well, doubling up on that. So we just have to assume that the little girl that was so prominent was his daughter. That's what I'm going with.
You don't really need a lot more exposition anyway, because frankly, the whole point is to just see the tale as a tale and not try to attach it to this greater story building for Mad Max or Max Rockatansky or whatever his name is. You know, just enjoy the story as it is and enjoy that Mad Max is helping somebody else, Furiosa in this case, who had a much more prominent role in trying to change things for the better in a post-apocalyptic world.
I can respect that. I like that. What do you think about the Crow people? Do you think the Crow people were actual people, but because of the radiation, they look like crows? What do you think, Randall?
Those are ones in the swamp?
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be more with them, because you just see them once and then you look at them and it's like, oh, that's it.
I think that was a pretty good move. If it left me curious about them. You know, I didn't get up close, and sometimes, you know, when you see one of these creatures or whatever in movies, and then they do the up close, and it kind of ruins your curiosity about it. You know, they left that mystery to it for me.
It's better to just, you know, leave it as a mystery, because they could be a plot device or something for the next movie when it comes out.
Yeah, maybe. The one part in the movie that I didn't like was at the very end they do a CGI of the guitar, with the
Blowing
last.
up.
Yeah, and you know how it, like, stretches out, and because of the 3D movie, it looks really awesome. But still, I could have done without that scene. I didn't like it. I don't like. They didn't do an overuse of CGI, but that last scene with the guitar stretched out like that, I was like, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, could have done without that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you because I felt like they could have just had the thing explode for real and then just let that happen and make something out of that instead of having the guitar fly off and then go right into the screen and whatnot. But, it's not my movie.
Cheesy movie at that. Another thing I was thinking, when they release, so they go back home. What is it called? Citadel, whatever. The motherland where all the supplies are. And Charlize Theron's going up into the rock. How, there's some chaos there, and there's not really any management of people. And I was sitting there thinking, how could they effectively, like, get everybody the supplies they need, et cetera, without too much of a chaotic event occurring? Because they open up the wall, but then it becomes this thing. I guess that's just something. They left it out of the movie, but there's a lot of, because it's that area is designed to be up above everyone, so the people on the ground can't access it. But now that there's a free world, democracy has occurred. How, I don't know how. What would be your first steps if you're Charlize Theron? You're in charge of that world. What would be your first steps in getting everybody resources that they needed?
Well, I guess the water was, maybe not limitless, but certainly there was a whole lot of it, and they were just hoarding it. The same with all the trees and the food and whatnot up top. So, I mean, you got to ration it out and everything, but you can do that in a reasonably efficient manner while still making it democratic so that everybody gets food and water.
Right. And that bothered me too, that they just open up the water at the very end and just let it pour out. It's like, okay, I mean, we got a limited supply here, people. Let's one step at a time.
I mean, you really don't have to worry that much about others coming to take it or anything like that because they already got a sizable group of people there, and all those folks and all them or the war boys can be used to defend the place and whatnot. So it's not like some other rival group's going to come in and take over the joint, as well as if they have to keep outsiders out, they will, as far as getting a hold of the resources and whatnot.
Yeah, I get that. They had subpar war boys left over, right? Because, I mean, the more aggressive war boys or better ones were the ones out there trying to hunt them down.
Well, that's probably for the best because all those ones are going to be especially trained and all hyped up for Valhalla. So if you got all the crappy ones and one still in training left behind, then they could be made or repurposed for better usage in defending the Citadel or whatever the name of the place was, and helping out everybody that's there as per the Imperator's orders or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's good thoughts. Just venturing out there, see what you thought. Now, by contrast, Fury Road offered a variety of Anglo individuals. You had all of variety. Some tall, some thin, some not so thin. Like that one dude driving the car. What was up with his feet? Was that a fungus? He got a fungus on his feet?
I thought it was like gout or something.
Look nasty. Look nasty, bro.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the posse of the beautiful white women who serve as quote-unquote breeders, sexual and reproductive slaves for the cult leader. What was his name? I thought his name was Immortal, but I think it's like
Immortan Joe.
Immortan Joe. Just a regular Joe that's immortal.
Immortan Joe.
Now, certainly not women who are very visibly racialized through curves and features, but ethically ambiguous seems to be the only type of racialized woman who makes it to the end of the world. We're all the Mexicans. That's all I'm asking.
Well, a mix. The mix.
We're all the Mexicans in Australia.
Yeah.
There is a river. We can swim. Can I talk about Immortan Joe for a moment?
First, can you tell me if Immortan Joe just makes him sound like a regular Joe that's immortal? Is that a play on words?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think it might actually be a combination of immortal and important, now that I think about it. Like a mashup, I'd say. Something like that. But I kind of came back in when you were talking about the cult leader thing. Also, another thing I touch up on the article that I saw parallels to Jim Jones, David Koresh, and more recently Warren Jeffs with the wives, his things that he had put in that golden cage, so to speak. But he had that very charismatic way about him in order to keep the his followers of this town he's established on the hook. But you noticed also he was just a man, like he was just a frail guy, a byproduct of the wasteland, or side effect of the wasteland, and he became a larger than life figure once he put on all of that armor and the mask and made his speeches to the people.
Made his speeches to the people. That dude
Bring them to me.
Yeah. How about Bane over there, man? Every time that guy talked, I just heard.
Of course.
That's all I heard through the whole movie. when he was talking.
Interesting, you should bring that up.
Of course.
This movie was filmed actually before he filmed Dark Knight Rises. About, I want to say, 6 months to a year before he began
really?
production. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there was some sort of thing he was working on for his next role, which would be Bane. Also, wears a face mask.
Of course.
There you go. Very good hit on that soundbite. Congratulations.
Of course.
Okay. So, any more words on Mad Max? Good movie. Think people should go watch it. 3D. Watch it in 3D. I wanted to get
recommend
you
it in
move on to
3D.
something else. Jeremy, before we get on to what's your take on the guitar at the very end as it stretches out into the screen? Clearly just a 3D like gimmick.
Well, there were a lot of there weren't too many sight gags. I mean, obviously they had to do that for the 3D to kind of I guess make sense to some people that are just kind of expecting that, because when you think 3D, you think of that, oh, well, let me go and check in my purse. Then you have that point of view from the purse, and then the person grabbing in the purse and vamping and looking around for things as they try and make the most of it. The best example of that is Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th 3D, the infamous Jason eyeball popping scene. He pops someone's eyeball, and it kind of comes towards the screen. It's very cheap. It's a sight gag, no pun intended. Also, Jaws 3D as well. I think
We're
Jaws
coming up on
3
the 40th
or Jaws.
anniversary of Jaws. Did you know that? The 40th anniversary of Jaws, Gremlins, The Terminator, all those movies.
Joe Dante with Gremlins, James Cameron, and Steven Spielberg. Both, all heavy hitters.
They're
What
good
are
guys.
your thoughts on Genesis as we see more develop about it? Any, are you interested at all, or?
I am a little bit. There's a few cool special effects that I see in there. When I'm watching the previews, and I've touched base on this with some other movies, but the overuse of CGI and
That is another thing that I'm sorry. That's another thing that separates Fury Road from the rest of the pack. Only 20% was CGI.
Nice.
Mainly Charlize Theron's arm. The scenes where she had taken off her prosthetic. Also, I believe when she had the prosthetic on, that was kind of half practical, but the parts you could see through were I think she had like a green glove on in between that, so they could kind of edit that out. Also, the stuntmen, when they would jump from car to car, they had to remove the wires, and the gigantic hubbub that leads them into Fury Road, obviously that gigantic sandstorm, they couldn't have done that, but it was excellent. The 3D in this movie was fantastic due to the fact that, once again, John Seals, a cinematographer.
Sorry. Hang on. Sorry about that, Jeremy.
No, you're not.
The soundboard.
No,
No,
you're
the
not.
soundboard. The soundboard is linked to my keyboard, and this is the first time I've ever done that. Oh, my apologies.
Okay.
Please continue. I was listening.
Okay. Basically, John Seal, a lot of the cinematography was set up for those large, epic, looming kind of shots that showed the vast nothingness of the wasteland from, from end to end of the screen. And what the coolest thing about that was, with seeing it in 3D, was you got depth. Like, he had set up those shots to have depth, not post-converted, not creating the illusion of depth in post-conversion.
That was, it was an amazing, like, the picture, the scene quality and the time that was taken to put these scenes together. You definitely got to appreciate them a lot more. And
Definitely.
I like 3D, and I was talking to my friend about this, that when I was little, I would always look for different 3D movies, but at that time, all you could get were the ones with the red and blue lenses. And so as you were watching them or whatever, I mean, there were some movies that were like that, but most of it was just kind of cartoon books and stuff like that, different scene or pictures. And the first time I was exposed to this type of 3D glasses were with Third Rock from the Sun. And they were doing this promotion with Barg's root beer. So you had to go buy a pack of Barg's root beer, and in there were glasses. I think you got like 3 pairs with every 12-pack of Barg's root beer, and you'd put them on, and you had to wait like Thursday night for Third Rock from the Sun to come on, and you could watch it. And there were just selected scenes throughout that show that you saw with these 3D glasses, and they weren't. It kind of just, and all the 3D scenes were in black and white, so it was definitely a limitation to what they could provide, especially with, I mean, think about now, you have to have a 3D TV with these types of glasses, and that's how you can see it 3D, but then it would work on any tube TV, but the limitations being that the scenes have to be in black and white, and you have to have the glasses still. But now that we're going through this time period where almost every movie is available either in 3D or not 3D. And I think that's a really cool thing. It's one, aside from like comic book hero movies developing, this is another one of my, I guess, on my wish list. But we were talking about CGI and bad acting. So the overuse of CGI, and you pair that with excessive bad acting, makes for a pretty horrible movie. And I feel like that might be the case with the Terminator movie.
I can see that.
So when I saw the previews, I was like, I could see this going south.
Well, basically, like, you have Arnold, who is now human catchphrase machine. He's basically just, I'll be back. Come with me if you want to live. He's back. Oh no. Stuff like that. He has those, but I think Amelia Clark now, this is the second time, I think Sarah Connor has said the titular "come with me if you want to live" line, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I want to say it twice in the preview.
I want to see the what the MRA Meninists think about that movie and how they'll attack Amelia Clark as far as being a very strong woman. You think they'd attack? You think they'd attack Linda Hamilton if that movie was released today?
I don't know. Maybe. What do you think?
Like part 2? Like Terminator 2? I think so. We just didn't have really good internet back then.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not excited about the release of Terminator. Randall, are you gonna go check out Terminator? Did you watch the other Terminator movies?
I saw all of them except for the one with Christian Bale. Was it the one where it was like the future one?
Yeah. Wait, Christian Bale? I didn't see
Or was
that
it
one.
Christian Bale, or is it a different guy? That's the one who plays John Connor as an adult.
Eesh, I don't know, man. Man, you need what's his face over here for it. But you know what? That's enough about Mad Max and Terminator and all that. So there's this challenge, Randall, since you and I are the only ones left here at the moment, which Jeremy is preoccupied at the moment. It's called the Charlie Charlie Challenge. Have you heard of this?
No.
What you do is you take two number 2 pencils. That's how I've seen it in most of these videos. And you stack one on top of the other. Okay?
Okay.
You basically put them like in a cross formation. So one's sitting down and the other one is perpendicular. And that creates a cross. And in each of the four corners, you write different responses. So if my question was, are you real? One of them might say yes. The other one says, no, probably not. Maybe the other one says, no, probably not. And the other one says yes. So they like alternate. And you ask, you say, Charlie, Charlie, are you real? And you just wait. And the majority of the time the pencil moves into one of these different choices or answer choices. Responses. And people get really freaked out. So I had some friends on my Facebook wall saying, don't mess with ghosts, what are you doing? And citing from different paranormal websites about the misuse of Ouija boards, and this game can actually release these entities, these paranormal entities into our world and cause destruction. Or
this feels like some Joss Whedon type propaganda, opening up the hellmouth and da da da.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Have you ever played with the Ouija board? Either one of you?
Yeah.
No.
Now, the first time you played with one, did it respond to the questions you were asking?
Yeah. I mean, it did respond with yes or no's, and then
You freaked out?
it kind of spells stuff out. It was weird, I'll say, but then you get older and you're like, okay, let me have a look at this, the piece. I don't know what you call the piece, but then you're like, okay, ball bearings, nice.
Yeah. Now, that game is based on, now I might be saying this wrong, Newtonian motion. So everybody's kind of just like touching at different angles, and you're holding your arm at that angle for X amount of time, and eventually it just wanders. And it becomes this thing of an subconscious movement that you wanted to say yes, but you're not going to move it, but you are moving it just barely, and so the combined movement. But that's kind of the way this works. It's the gravitational pull that causes the friction and gravity of the pencils causes it to move, and whatever response it lands on, that's just completely random. But I feel like some of these things are taken a little too seriously.
Well,
maybe that's how Paranormal Activity starts. Well, there's a reason Simon Says.
movie or like just in general?
Both.
I'm scared.
Should be. You should be scared. I'm just saying. Could be. Because I don't have any more break music. Hey, Randall,
Yeah.
have you ever been hunting?
No.
Never been hunting?
Does fishing count?
Yeah, that's hunting.
Okay.
How about you, Jeremy? You a hunter?
No.
I guess we all have something in common because none of us have been hunting. That's
You
fine.
think Herpes Cunter has ever been a hunter?
Oh man.
Call back like a motherfucker. Go check it out, kids. The archives, emptyrant.com. Also, bitches and bitches.
That's what we
Last
call
page with
it.
Jesse as well.
Dude, that was pretty good. Was that
There's a
good?
nice little bomb.
So,
Blast from the past.
a Texas man paid $350,000 to go kill a black rhino in
I thought you were going to say a black man in Africa.
Namibia. Corey Knowlton, the 36-year-old Dallas man. Speaking of Dallas,
Go
bought
ahead.
the permit to hunt the near-extinct double-horned rhinoceros. Spent the last year and a half planning this hunt before traveling to Windhoek, Namibia, earlier this month.
Namibia, the place I was talking about in Fury Road.
Nice. Segue.
But also, that's how you pronounce it. Namibia.
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 Close enough.
Yeah.
Elocution lessons from Miguel.
He stated that it was a very challenging hunt. You know, a lot of people who don't know about hunting or how it works thought it was like going out and shooting a cow. It's not.
Was it, now this place in Namibia, was it a preserve where this black rhino was, or was it out in the wild?
Namibia's government allows 5 black rhinos to be hunted each year as part of a conservation program geared to boost the long-term survival of the species, federal officials say.
So you didn't answer my question just a second ago. Was it out in the wild, or was it on a preserve? Find that information for me, please.
Yeah, I don't know.
Make it happen.
The Dallas Safari Club. They're the ones that set that up.
Sounds like Dallas Buyers Club.
The black rhinoceros, once numbering in hundreds of thousands, had its population drop sharply since the 1960s. I'm trying to see if it was, I imagine, let me see, the black rhino as well as the white counterpart is hunted by poachers for its horns, which are highly valued for medicinal and therapeutic purposes and can be sold on the international black market for anywhere. Let's see, it was a It doesn't say on here, man. I imagine this
Probably
rhinoceros.
a preserve.
Yeah, it seems like it would be, and it's guarded. You know, they're guarded. What I don't get is they're actively guarding these rhinoceroses, like the people there, and they're walking around with them and stuff like that, making sure that poachers don't attack them. It seems like it'd be a pretty simple kill. If I'm gonna go out there and I already have people that know where this animal is, I simply have to walk up to it and shoot it. I mean, that doesn't seem like real hunting to me. I don't know. Said it wasn't very difficult. What's the difficultness? Like walking out there, being in the sun, putting fuel in the car? I don't know. He's like, my gun's too heavy. I don't know. I hate it. What do you think, Randall?
Wow. Waste of $360,000, but you know, people
You
will
spend
blow.
$360,000 on right now. If I gave you $360,000, what would you do?
I'd pay off my student loan debt and then go buy a car and a house. I guess I don't know.
That
But
sounds like a good
Student
plan.
loans. Say your student loans are already paid off. What would you spend the money on? Still a house? Would you put it all towards a house?
Here, yeah, because it's so expensive. Oh,
Nice. What about you, Miguel?
Me, $350,000.
Mhm.
I'd probably buy my own production company.
wouldn't you need another zero added to that number to get something like that?
I think you could get a start with 360.
Oh,
The guy in Nightcrawler, I mean, he just had 2 vans and like a crew of 3 people.
It all starts with something.
It was good.
It's interesting, but nothing to. I mean, now is this like. I know it's a hypothetical, but is it an extended hypothetical for you per se that no Laura, no baby, like just
Nah, I wouldn't
you?
include that in my money. I want it.
You're gonna be a great dad, by the way, Miguel.
I know I am. Thank you. Right, kids? See? You said. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you say. I don't know.
Okay.
I miss Jeff.
CPS is one phone call away.
Mm-hmm. And this would be known as Exhibit A.
I like how Jeff canceled on us. I had this lined up for him. Because he reminds me of Chester Beddington on Linkin Park.
No, it would only be good, though, if you let him play that when you were talking too much.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
then it'd be
Agreed.
appropriate.
Yeah, like Jesse knows how to work a soundboard. Relax.
No.
Oh boy, Miguel,
He's just the face of Lincoln Park.
Classic.
Joe Hahn, and
Hey,
Mike Shinoda were the body.
You guys, are you guys up for a weekly what the fuck? You got down for this?
No.
No? Got one no? Got one no? Y'all just wanna...
Sure, why not? Let's
You
do
wanna-
it.
What was this one again?
Boom. So, Randall, you give us your weekly pet peeve, weekly what the fuck, and then as long as it's not during the breakdown, we'll keep going. How about you start us off?
When's the breakdown?
Oh, you'll hear it, my friend.
Oh.
You get a little bit of time.
Come on, Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy, you start.
All right, mine. Compass Bank. BBVA Compass. Fuck them. Fuck their entire operation. I was on the phone for just over an hour trying to get them to basically tell me what happened with my money, why I wasn't alerted about fraudulent charges, etc., etc., etc. Why wasn't a card sent out? And I could not even get a simple email confirmation saying, oh, yeah, here you go, Jeremy. The package has been sent out via FedEx, and here's the tracking number. No one in that department that I spoke to was helpful at all.
Compass, what the fuck, man?
Fucking horrible. Anyone have bank recommendations?
Oh,
Penn Fed Credit Union.
yeah, that guy's got a whole list of them.
Cool.
All right,
I'll get that from you, Randall.
Randall, what's your weekly what the fuck? Well, what has just been eating at you all week?
Oh my God, there's this guy that I got to deal with. And
Name
his
Miguel?
name his name is Miguel Diaz. He's a real piece of shit, man. I'm just fed up with him. I'm at my wit's end. He just kicked a Chinese girl off the show. You know, it's really
He's holding
offensive.
children hostage.
He's holding children hostage. It's just awful. Somebody please do something about him. If you're
Stop
in the
this
area,
man.
you know,
All right.
do humanity a service.
Thank you, Randall.
Miguel, what is your weekly what the fuck?
Mine are paper towel dispensers that don't give you enough paper towel.
Oh, like the automatic ones?
Yeah, and you just sit in there and it just gives you like, I don't know, a couple inches. You're like, what the
Like
fuck
a
am I gonna do
square,
with this?
Like in Seinfeld, it's like, can you spare a square?
Can they not measure that out? Oh, breakdown. Look, Randall, you my man. I don't care if you don't like this game. You're gonna play. Love you so much, Randall. Jeremy, you got another one?
You interrupting everyone, stepping all over stuff. Let people talk and finish thoughts. What the
Nice.
fuck? Also, we didn't invite Chelsea. Thank you for that.
Oh man,
I didn't have her phone number, otherwise I would have sent it to her.
what a
Thank
great,
you, Randall.
what a great game. She got it emailed to her. She said her internet is sucky, so it
Mhm.
wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Okay.
You know,
I
my
sent
wife
it to her via text, so.
called 3 Words for America. And in honor of Memorial Day, I feel like that's a very appropriate game. We play it, we usually go pickup trucks, tobacco, boots, America. See what I'm saying? You have 3 words that you describe America. For me, you know, that's just an example, but for me, in honor of Memorial Day, it was like 3-day weekend, Jesus, the troops, America. Because I want to thank God, and I want to thank the troops for my 3-day weekend. Thank you.
Okay, I have a little bit of an objection to that, but give me a few seconds. I have to go back on air.
All right.
God,
Randall?
gold, glory.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Randall, go ahead.
God, gold, glory.
God, gold, glory. Boom. Glory, God, whole. Boom.
Also, I don't know what you were talking about.
What do you mean?
What were you saying? You said you were going to use 3 words, and then you went off and started blabbing on about shit, and I was just like, what?
No, we play this game, and we just try to summarize like the meaning of America in 3 words. And of course, being from South Texas, most of us are related to rednecks. It's just like
Okay,
pickup truck,
Miguel.
barbecues,
Miguel.
cigarettes.
Miguel.
Oh, hey,
What were
Jeremy.
your 3 again?
They've been changing. Jeremy.
What were your original 3 about the troops?
I support the troop. Both sides.
But you said, I want to thank the troops for my 3-day weekend.
Yes. Thank you.
You
Nice.
support the troops for both sides?
Yes, but
Also,
I didn't want
something wrong with that. I'm not finished talking, Miguel. I need to make a point.
You take these
Please be
long
quiet.
pauses. I'm just like,
Please
okay,
be quiet.
okay, don't.
I thank the troops for my 3-day weekend. Are you fucking serious? People are dead. Families are missing loved ones. And all you can think about is that extra day you have off. Way to support the troops, asshole.
Yeah, I support them, but at the same time, it's like,
I
you know,
support the troops. Both sides. Real funny, fucker.
I do, because I support life across the board, my friend. So regardless
But
of
this is
you support the troops.
memorializing the fallen. This has nothing to do with life. This has everything to do with sacrifice. What people gave up.
Guess what?
We should be memorializing and basically saluting our troops daily. No, they get a couple of holidays, and then we don't give a shit about them for the next 363 days until it is mandated and we get a extra day off from work.
Yeah, I get an extra day off of work because some troops died. I mean, that's as bold and belligerent as you can be about that, because I honestly do not care about the war. I'm sorry. any war.
Well, excellent, because they died for you to say that. And
Did they die for me? I mean,
well, they
even know me? You can't say that. Because none of the troops
protecting this country, Miguel.
You can't say it because the troops don't know me, so you can't say they died for me.
You're a citizen of the United States, right?
How did they
Are you
die?
a citizen, or are you an illegal, Miguel?
Based off of my geographical location where I was born, does not mean that someone else
Are
is
you a
out.
natural-born citizen of these here United States?
And
which
even at that, I don't.
The United States military to protect
Where's the birth
said
certificate?
United States.
Okay, yeah, I get it. You probably, I don't know. You're very.
Is
I
your
guess,
middle name Hussein?
or something like that. For me, I don't care
I
for.
just think it's kind of shitty. That's all.
Yeah, it is. Whatever it may be. I think it's shitty that you support the troops so much, because for me, I'm about the preservation of life, regardless of how you feel, because of where you currently live. Is the reason you believe what you believe.
Really?
If you lived
Is
in a
it?
different location, then you would be supporting a whole different set of troops. You understand? And either way, everybody
What?
going to be here like killing off people. You know, it's a thing about life. You know, I don't support the death penalty. I don't support abortion. I don't support cops killing people. I don't support troops killing people. I mean, that's just me.
So
I
you're
don't think,
saying you hate cops too? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying one human does not have the right to end another human's life. That's what I'm
Okay, now let's say one human that did not believe that philosophy came at you and your still pregnant wife. You gonna go ahead and just let him do it?
This is a classic, like I guess, extreme hypotheticals that always get thrown at me because I make.
No, the world is a horrible place, Miguel. Your
course.
son needs to be prepared for that, and anything can happen. I didn't expect to have identity fraud to happen to me and shit go horrible, but it did. Had to deal with it.
Who are you blaming for the identity fraud?
Yeah, let's back up there. I mean, aren't you kind of responsible for your own identity fraud?
How?
Maybe, I don't know. Were you online?
You
and
don't have a point. Oh my goodness. No, anyone can compromise, through channels, hacking, software,
malware,
provided by the bank.
We still
anything
using
like that. A number of things could have happened. It was not me. It was not me entirely. I may have had a partial blame for it, but I've basically been using. Basically, all I've been using is my debit card for purchases face to face. I do have 2 automatic drafts for subscription services, but that's it. I have not gone online shopping because, unlike you, Miguel, I don't have all this fucking money, so I can't go online shopping whenever I want to.
How did you link my non-support for the troops to having a lot of fucking money?
Do you use the ATM a lot?
No.
Huh. Do you use your debit card at the gas station?
Every now and then, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I mean, it's either at the gas station or at like Walmart, something like that, to get a gas
that's
card.
What happens when you support big oil, Jeremy.
Maybe
Maybe
you didn't support the troops enough, and you got your
Fuck
identity.
off, Miguel.
That's possible.
Go fuck yourself.
That's a reality, man. I mean,
no. The reality is you didn't answer the question about whether you would protect your wife and unborn child against someone who was coming at you, or you just let it happen.
No, I would protect. Yes.
To the point of killing.
No, I wouldn't kill.
Okay, now, so you just knock them unconscious, or like, what's your plan?
I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, you could knock them unconscious. I would think if this went how I planned it, I would get them into an unconscious state, hitting them in the head, a blunt object, my fist.
Would you torture them?
Hey, you can't plan it out. Life finds a way, to quote your favorite movie ever.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, he's throwing a hypothetical at me, so hypothetically, this is how I could I could respond.
So okay, let's say you punch him in the attempt to knock him out. In the process, he hits a coffee table, dealing a large contusion to his head, killing the individual. How would you reconcile yourself then?
That's a good one. I'd probably.
Would you blame the coffee table?
The coffee table is.
Miguel don't kill people. Coffee tables do.
That's right. Like
Miguel's don't kill people.
Exactly.
Coffee tables do.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Well, no. So you did pick up that sarcasm that I just dropped, Miguel, or no?
Wait, you answered your own question, it seems like. You are your own worst enemy. Maybe you are your own troop, Jeremy.
Maybe you're your own fucking egomaniac, and you love the sound of your own voice, interrupting people.
I didn't interrupt you. You interrupted yourself. This is what happens, Jeremy, when we're talking. Because you say something and then you do this.
Well, and sometimes you have to compose thoughts. You don't give people 2 seconds to. I'm sorry, I can't fill space with. Oh, by the way, I read something once on a blog. I was reading. You do a lot of reading. You still sound a bit uneducated.
You know, Miguel, to support Jeremy's claim, even though you claim you're anti-abortion, you sure do want to kill his pregnant pauses.
Well, I mean,
I'm just throwing that one out there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I sound uneducated because that mean maybe you think I sound uneducated because I don't hold the view that you do. I mean, that's kind of what it seems like. Can you entertain the thought of maybe this just was a 3-day weekend for most people and supporting the troops didn't matter? Could you entertain that idea?
I could. I couldn't talk to them on an individual basis about how kind of shitty that is in practice, but you happened to
No
bring it
way.
up, and I was able to speak my thoughts about it. So thank you for representing that part of the population, Miguel.
But I want to.
You did it so well. Give yourself a hand. Where's the applause? Where's the sample applause? Let me get some of that. Where are the kids? The
I
kids?
would like to know why you support the troops so much and why you get offended by it when other people do not support the troops. Are they not fighting for my right to not support them? Does that not work that way?
I believe so, but I mean,
No,
well, what if terrorists did take over? Red Dawn style. What then? What if terror came here? To Corpus. From the shores, but I doubt that would happen.
yeah, they probably just bomb it and move on.
Hang on, Randall. Don't interrupt him. Let him finish.
I'm sorry.
No, just you. Randall's all right, I guess.
I'm sorry. I
do
don't
it
want
a
to be.
lot.
I don't want to be a pause killer. Come on, guys. All right. Don't drag me into your murder.
Anywho, I gotta get going.
Some is podcasting.
I gotta get going, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta break down this setup, and there's
Right.
a little bit of work left to be done.
I can respond. Okay, cool.
All right. Bye, Jeremy.
You still didn't tell us why you support the troops so much. And
Well, okay.
I mean,
I will, Miguel, and then I will leave.
now I understand. Like, I don't know. I have
go ahead.
relatives that are military, that in the military, whatever, and I get it. But for me, being patriotic, being about this country, all of that, it's just a privilege that was granted to me because of where I was born. It's all by chance that I'm here at in this situation where I am. And yes, I'm thankful really for whatever forces allowed me to be born here. But I'm not going to pay homage to troops that are fighting some war that I don't agree with and that honestly has nothing to do with me.
You're entitled to that. Never said you weren't. And I am also entitled to my opinion. The reason I do support the troops in some form or fashion is because I do have a lot of friends who are former military. Some of them are still in the shit. Some of them have come back and have had to leave again. When you can put a face on a troop, it hits a little bit more, hits a little closer to home, literally and metaphorically.
It sounds like you support your friends, which you should, but
My friends are troops as well.
I get it.
Put a
But
face to that, and you see that, hey, it could have been them. Family. I've had family in the military as well.
okay.
My grandfather served. My great uncle. I think that's it. I don't have the family tree in front, but
Well, that's respectable. It's respectable that you held your support for them, whatever. I mean, I as well have uncles, cousins, etc., friends. Put face on it, but it's just I don't know. The meaning of war itself,
war is hell.
on its own, and you take that out and what it means. I mean, what is the true purpose of their involvement?
The involvement of. Wait, okay, so we're removing what again?
No, you pick apart war and what is the purpose of that war. And the only way to fulfill that purpose is by using these troops.
Okay, I mean, sometimes there are atrocities that are happening. Basically, America has been the world police. I don't like that so much as far as us interfering into affairs, but I mean, some things happen and we have people there, we try and help out, but best laid plans of mice and men, as they say.
And even that, and there's a lot of stuff that the U.S. military does. It's just horrible acts, you know. And Guantanamo Bay, you know, what about that? To me, you supporting the troops supports that.
Okay, I mean, it's a blanket statement. But I don't. I mean, saying I support the troops is sounds like a blanket statement, but I'm not going to justify the actions of a few to reflect the many.
Yes. Okay. Well, cool, Jeremy. Thanks for stopping by the show.
Well, I appreciate it. Please don't talk any shit about me whenever I leave. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, man.
This was fun.
Have
Bye,
a good
Jeremy.
Goodbye, Randall. Before I leave, can I plug?
plug. What?
Maybe the
Of course you
website?
can plug, dude. This is your show. What? You don't have to ask.
Well, you're the host, so
Come on, Jeremy. Plug it.
all right. Twitter.com/Jeremy_Montez or at Jeremy_Montez on the Twitter. Pitches and Bitches as well on the Empty Rant blog, emptyrant.com/pitches and bitches. Also, I am a quizmaster for Geeks Who Drink now. If any San Angeloans are listening to this, email us. Are we doing the contact page thing? Like, do we have the contact info up? Can I send that to you to put up?
Not quite yet, but yeah.
Okay.
It'll,
Well,
It'll be up soon.
we'll get it figured out. But I guess I'll give you all that information, and they can contact me through that. Or jmontez83@gmail.com if you want to contact me directly about anything, whether it's the show, Geeks Who Drink, etc. I'd love to hear from you. That's all.
awesome, bro.
Rant on, and I'll see you guys soon, man. I really actually want to hear this episode. You were saying it sounds really good on my end, so looking forward to it.
Love you.
Chelsea, I love you. I wish you could have potted with us tonight. You're my green place. I love you.
Oh, there they are.
Bye, guys. Have a
Wait
good
a
night.
minute. What's up, Randall? You doing all right?
Yeah, I guess.
What's wrong, buddy?
Is the show over?
The show's never over. The show only continues. It goes on.
You better end it soon, because I gotta go eat dinner.
Jeremy left, and now I'm left with Randall. This is a weird situation for everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Empty Ranters, if you made it this far, thanks for continuing to listen to our show. You can catch us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and iTunes. Please go give us a review on iTunes or leave a comment on our SoundCloud page. All of those. SoundCloud gives us awesome stats. You know, shout out to those listening in Canada, Spain, the Republic of Korea, Germany, Philippines, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Colombia, Russian Federation, Cayman Islands, France, Peru, Ireland, Netherlands, Switzerland, Brazil, Malaysia, Dominican Republic, and the Ukraine, as well as other countries that are not listed on here. Thank you. Shout out to Sound Vortex, Rita Goodnight Reigns, Jeff Benitez, I can't say your name, bro. Dario
Not
Avila,
everybody.
Jonathan Dowdale. Rant. Catch us, emptyrant.com.